All right, we're off and running again. Aric Lee Show. We're on hiatus, not necessarily on the air right now, but still trying to find ways to entertain and find the entertainers to entertain you, especially with some of the greats from this area or maybe still in this area. We know we have a lot of bands I've asked to do this, and it's kind of hard for them to get together on Zoom. But these one-man band, these one-man shows, they're easier to get together. We talked to Jesse Hyde a few weeks ago, and now we go to Nashville, right? Nashville, Tennessee with Eric Burgett. What's up, brother?
What's up, dude? How you doing, Eric?
Man, I'm good. I miss you, man.
To another, man.
I just told like my wife and stuff this weekend, like, man, I miss live music. Like miss going out, hanging out with friends, but I was never a big band guy. I was real late to that. I was a DJ and have fun and hang out and kick it guy. And then it's like, man, now that, all them Oakwood festivals, when, we get you back here for the celebration, everything's getting canceled, just live concerts as a whole. If I'm missing it, what's a performer? How are you feeling right now?
Man, I can imagine. I mean, I feel the same way, dude. I mean, we have a lot of shows that have been postponed, a lot of shows that have gotten canceled, unfortunately. And I strive to do something like this live, and especially being like, communicating with somebody on the other end finally, So I appreciate you having me on this thing and making me feel at home. So
well, I don't have a Burgett t-shirt, but I did get this new Nashville t-shirt. Or
the right, man.
Tennessee State flag shirt. So first time I wear it was an honor of talking to you in Nashville. How long you been down there now?
Been down here since 2012. So it's been a good couple of years, man. Been doing a lot, and getting my feet wet to like writing songs that I've finally been putting out on my management team and everything. It's been awesome, man.
You've been you were down there. The Nashville boom has been happening for more than 8 years, but you've really seen things change, right? I mean, yeah, a lot of people, it's been the bachelorette party heaven for more than 8 years probably, but the NFL draft came, and we came down a few times and saw the changes happening, and it has honestly become the east side of the country's Vegas.
Yeah, dude, it's a boom town for sure. It's grown like exponentially since I first moved to town in 2012. Gosh, dude, I was actually, this is weird. I just got a flashback. I played a club in St. Louis, Game 6 Honky Tonk. Have you been there?
No.
It's in Bush Village down there, but I just had a flashback. There's a hallway with like a big mantra of Nashville, just a big panorama thing, and it shows what it was back in like 2008.
Yeah.
And then now it's like nothing like that.
Well, of course, the whole world's different now. Are you? Are we in your apartment here, or do you have a house?
In the house. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I kind of got my setup with like my lights and my keyboard and sound system, and yeah, I'm hunkering down, dude. You're my hunker shelter.
I like it. I can't even remember. Are you married? I can't even remember.
Yeah. So my wife and I, we got married in 2018, and we've been renting since then, even before that. And we have a little 3-bedroom house just south of downtown. So
you meet her down there?
No, she actually, we met in Decatur, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, through Theater 7.
No kidding.
Yeah, she was a Millikan student. She was doing musical theater, and she was doing this production through Theater 7 for credit, for college credit, and I was doing it as a high school senior when I was going to Warrensburg.
Yeah.
Just for fun, and then that's how we became good friends, and then she went out to L.A. for a while to do acting, and I moved down to Nashville, and we reconnected at a show in Chicago that I was playing.
Wow, no kidding. So is she down there? Is she singing down there? Is she a singer or just an actor?
No, she's actually kind of found her passion in the HR world, dude.
Oh, cool.
It's crazy. And right now she's just, yeah, dude. And with all the companies that are popping up, she runs like payroll and benefits stuff for companies. And right now you can imagine it's pretty crazy with the coronavirus stuff going on, and like what are companies going to do when their employees return? So she's kind of sorting a lot of those problems out, which is cool.
But you don't have any kids, right?
No kids yet. We'll see a year or two. I don't know. We're just playing it by ear, but
that just changes quarantine. That's mostly why I'm not trying to push you into that.
That's what I hear, man. That's what I hear. I mean, yep. I mean, we've been eating seafood. I've been shucking some oysters. You know what they say about, I don't know. We got a lot of jokes online about that.
Yeah, if you have kids, it's miserable. If you don't have kids, you're supposed to be making them. So yeah,
We got a dog though.
Yep,
We got a
yeah.
dog.
Same in my world. 2 dogs. Stop
Practicing.
asking, right? Uh, your quarantine. It's funny how much people think you've got all this free time, but maybe you don't. I mean, are you writing? But is this since
Yeah,
you don't have
man.
kids, maybe you
Everything.
do have some free time?
I'm kind of doing. I'm doing almost as much as I was whenever. In fact, I'm doing the same. I'm really doing the same amount of work as I was
Just no gigs.
prior. Yeah, just no gigs, man. So that time that time that I'm off the road, I'm filling time wisely, from making graphics for the next song that's coming out. I do all my own graphic design stuff, so that keeps me busy, and editing movies. And I was teaching piano, so I teach at Belmont University part-time.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Okay.
we went to online classes, back in March when this whole thing came about. And so I finished my online classes, which was an adjustment because I'm teaching, I'm so used to teaching in a room with 12 kids at pianos, and now I'm at a piano myself just talking to them virtually. But yeah, so it was an adjustment. But I'm writing on average. I mean, it's crazy. It might sound weird, but I don't feel the same energy as I do on virtual Zoom writing that I do in the room.
Yeah. Because you're writing with
this
people.
To me is like talking to you on the telephone. It's like, hey buddy, what's up?
Yeah.
But like writing and really talking about ideas in person is totally different. So
yeah, the world's changed obviously right now. So we'll get back to normal.
Man, we're all in a predicament. Yeah, we'll get back to it, dude.
Gigging.
Yep,
I mean,
silver lining.
How much a part of your life, like financially and all, is gigging? I mean, is that things have changed?
Yeah, quite a lot, man. This last year was a big step for me because 2019 was the year that I played the most shows ever on the road. Like,
now is that you with people, or is that you opening for people, or
a little bit of everything?
Okay.
I was doing some acoustic shows. I was doing full band shows. Did a couple openers. And then a lot of clubs that I've been really building relationships with over the past couple years. So 2019 was a crazy year. And then I hit 2020. I hit 2020. Supposed to be another, you always just try to elevate year after year, right? And that 2020 was that year for me. Of course, I still have high hopes, and I live optimistically, and I don't, but we're always trying to get to the next step. So I've reached out to venues who were supposed to have us, and tried to maintain those postponed details. And
sure.
Yeah, so
sure, but I mean, I guess I'm trying to separate how much gigging are you with other people playing their stuff or playing covers? Are you mostly on your own playing Burgett music now?
Man, it's gotten to the point where I've been playing the most of my shows includes most Burgett music, honestly. Like, let's say, if I'm doing a 2-hour show, it's usually about 40% my music, which is awesome.
And you just kind of depends on the venue on how many band members you take with you.
Yeah. Oh, totally, dude. Yeah, we just right before the quarantine hit, we were playing out in San Diego, Moonshine Beach. There's some of the biggest dance clubs, country dance clubs out there on the West Coast. It's crazy. We come back from California, and then all this stuff happens. But out there, I played a lot of covers, but that was fun to me because it kind of took me back to my roots, like where I got started at Timbuktu. Like
sure,
we put our own spin on it, and I play piano, so we do some honky tonk stuff with it and put our own twist.
It's killer, man. What you do is great. I know when I see it, I'm not a big. It's different when you know somebody and you've gotten to know their music. I'm not a big current country music guy, but you feel like a throwback guy. I mean, you don't feel like you wear a Bush Light hat. I normally give guys a hard time because they're not wearing cowboy hats, but it's like you're not playing just skinny tight jean country music here. I mean, you got substance from what I hear, from what I've been able to hear, especially following your YouTube channel.
We got the Bush Light crown on top.
That's all right. That's the closest thing to a cowboy hat.
I appreciate you listening.
So I mean, I try to love all music, and it's like, okay, Nashville's fun. It's great.
Nah, dude, I appreciate your support, dude. You've always supported me ever since I don't even know when, dude. Like the old 95Q days. Like when I first heard about 95Q.
When you were singing in contests before you were judging them with me. Yeah.
Exactly, dude. Crazy. So we should have caught up on the phone before this because we have a lot to talk
about. So you're gonna play one for us here, and you've got, how many songs do you think you? I mean, how many albums have you written? Just for yourself now, or do you do it in albums?
Right now, it's been a lot of singles. Okay. So,
because you're an internet guy, I mean, I don't even really know how that world works as much.
Well,
I guess he does his work in albums, but I mean, he's in France, so
you can get away, like if you. It depends on the genre you're in. I feel like if you have a lot of storyteller songs, like acoustic vibes, I feel like those go really well in albums. But I don't know, it's so different now. But in the country world, we're so focused on singles. It's a singles-driven market where you're pushing singles to radio, and here's this one for a couple months, and then we'll put out another one. But then you put a book of singles together, which is your EP.
Gotcha.
And then
so I mean,
I've been doing that.
Yeah, I've seen you release them. There's not really a method to the madness. You get a good time. You throw out a new single on YouTube.
Yeah, it's fair to say, man. Yeah.
You gonna play one of those?
Yeah, dude. I'll do my current single we have out there. This one's on my most recent EP. This one's called Raised.
Awesome. Turn it over to you, Aric Burgett.
Right,
I'm gonna mute myself so I don't accidentally make any noise. But Aric Burgett with one called Raised. After this, we're gonna chat a little bit more and keep it going. But Aric Burgett, are you from Warrensburg?
Latham.
From Latham.
Half of Warrensburg, Latham. So, yeah, Latham.
We still take ownership of you because we're in the county. Latham's own Aric Burgett.
Yes, sir.
Your turn, my friend.
All right. 4 wheels plowing fields, diesel purring, love the smell of moonshine, made with water from the well. Pine roads, gravel road, fence line buzzing, love the sound of cricket lullabies till the sun comes back around. Hammer in one hand, ham sandwich in the other. When it comes to all this corn, I'm just another shucker, raised on biscuits and gravy. That brick church has saved me, where the choir sings, oh, hallelujah. Raised way off the interstate, with tractors and hay, hey, hey, hey. I love the sunshine, love the rain. Every day above the dirt's a damn good day. That's how I was raised. Two-stroke John boat muffler smoking, love to see that line tied. Bush light, plywood water skis, bird dogs gigging frogs early morning, love to feel that cool breeze. Blue sky as far as I can see, hammer in one hand, ham sandwich in the other. When it comes to all this corn, I'm just another shucker, raised on biscuits and gravy. That brick church has saved me, where the choir sings, oh, hallelujah. Raised way off the interstate, with tractors and hay, hey, hey, hey. I love the sunshine, love the rain. Every day above the dirt's a damn good day. That's how I was raised. She loves my Carhartts, my bossy old hat, loves how I work hard, and that I was raised on biscuits and gravy. That brick church has saved me, where the choir sings, oh, hallelujah. Raised way off the interstate, with tractors and hay, hey, hey, hey. I love the sunshine, love the rain. Every day above the dirt's a damn good day. That's how I was raised. That's how I was raised. Hey, that's how I was raised. how I was raised. Hey.
All right, Aric Burgett. Awesome.
Right.
You can tell
Thanks,
that's a
man.
fun song. How hard is that song to write? You got a lot of liberties in there.
Dude, we had a lot to work, dude. The problem was narrowing it down, dude, for sure. Like, we had so many ideas just like jotted down on paper because I wrote it with two of my good buddies. I wrote it with my buddy Stone and then my buddy Matt, who's my producer. And we all three grew up on farms. Matt grew up in the Midwest. He's a Sullivan boy.
Yeah.
My buddy Stone's a West Virginia cat, and he grew up on a lot of things out there. So we all kind of meld our experiences and try to get the best.
So the video, which I think has pretty much all the lyrics to it. I mean, you create all that?
Yeah, dude.
You're the graphics guy for all that, huh?
Yeah.
I know you recorded some stuff for it too, but
Yeah. My wife and I, when we did the music video, actually was all filmed on my family's farm, and
cool.
My wife played iPhone camera holder, and I edited it and put the music to it, and then the lyric video, I did all the graphics for that and took photos from my family and other people and kind of threw them in there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I maybe haven't seen them both. I know I've seen the one with the lyrics popping up and everything. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think how long does it take you to write that song? Or how long does it take you to write an average song?
On average, I'll go with the market average, and I say that because usually we get in rooms for 4 hours.
Yeah.
But that's not to say every song takes 4 hours to write. I don't know who came up with that equation, but I don't know. Anywhere from 3 to 8 hours can be a process. Yeah. But that song specifically, man, we got together in 2 different sessions, probably 2 to 3 hours each.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that, dude. We felt like it went pretty fast because we all threw ideas out, and it was just the majority of the work was placing it to, and narrowing those ideas down. But yeah,
you probably had 6 or 7 more verses you could have gone into.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure we had another chorus added on at the end. But
by the way, what the hell is gigging frogs? That's in a lot of country songs. I don't think I've ever gigged a frog because I don't know what it is.
Dude, you spear it, and you go out in the pond and you get some frogs, dude.
You just catch them.
Nighttime, get a flashlight out there, and you just gig frogs, dude.
You can have that activity. I like it. That's most of your songs start with the music or start with the lyrics?
Lately it's been music. Because I think in this time during quarantine, while I'm not doing as many writing sessions, I'm always trying to get the next song ideas laid out for when the time comes I can bring them into the writing room. But lately I've started out with like recording voice memos of piano riffs, just whatever comes to mind, man. And otherwise I'll be jotting down in my iPhone notes like a title that I thought sounded really cool or whatever.
Like you think of a riff, is it probably because another song is in there somewhere, and you just take and you get that feeling, or can you just think of a riff that's never been heard before? Is it somewhat like, okay, that kind of sounds like that one song, but you're not stealing anything? I mean,
right.
It's got to be so hard to write a song from scratch now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's definitely inspiration behind everything that I do, personally. Like, heck, dude, I remember I wrote a country song kind of based off a classical piano melody.
Oh, wow.
That I learned way back in the day. I grew up playing classical piano, so, and a lot of my technique, like how I started playing piano and how I got into country music was classical music. It sounds kind of
really
untraditional, but you're
untraditional
and chops. What's that?
You are untraditional. I mean, you're a featured performer on a keyboard. I mean, I don't even know who to compare you to.
Thanks, man, I appreciate that.
Does it happen? Is it down? Are there more keyboard feature performers down around Nashville than I would know? I mean, is it more common or?
Man, I mean, I hope to be part of that next crop, like the next Phil Vassars or the next Ronnie Millsaps, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Okay, yeah.
So okay. I grew up on a lot of those guys, but I don't know. I mean, I know a couple of buddies who play piano and sing, but they're mainly songwriters. They're not trying to do the artist thing. So I can definitely like feel their vibe, and they know they listen to one of my songs and they know my brand like right off the bat,
Sure.
and I get in the room with them and we write killer songs. But
Does it matter when you're booking? I mean, do you think it's okay? He's a little different, or is it harder because they're like, I don't know, I've never seen this. We don't see this much. I mean, probably
we get a
50.
little bit of everything. We
Yeah.
get a little bit of everything. Like my tour manager, my day-to-day manager, and I, we get together. Well, we did. We used to get together once a week to book shows for like 3 hours at his house.
When allowed to see humans, yes.
Yeah, dude. And now I've just been I've been fitting in an hour every day to do that myself. So I do a total of 7 hours of booking a week. I don't know. But looking into 2021, you know, it's kind of weird now. But
do you play anything else? Or can you get by on a guitar on a couple songs if you wanted to?
Get by on guitar, you could say. I like that you said get by, because that's definitely what I try to do on guitar, because like playing a G chord and a D and a C chord, which, you know, that's your primary chords right
Yeah,
there.
I can't do it at all. I'm amazed that people create music. I'm just so not musically inclined whatsoever.
Dude, whatever gets the job done, and whatever you can do to make people feel something, and that the end result of a song is to make people feel something and put them in that place. So like whatever gets you there, you know.
I mean, do you have a best gig you've ever played? Most people you've been in front of? I mean, has that moment happened where you've been like, holy crap, that's the one for right now?
Man, I can't stop thinking about the gigs out in San Diego we played. Partly
what are country music fans? Are they the same everywhere? I mean, really down at the heart of it, or are they all a little bit different things everywhere?
Dude, they were awesome out there. Like there were songs that made them a little more rowdy. There were songs that got them going. Like I played during the middle of all my shows. I give my band a like 10 or 15-minute break, and I do a piano acoustic medley with like Piano Man, Walking in Memphis. Maybe like a Shine On song, just because college days. Hey, or Third Eye Blind. I'm sorry, Third Eye Blind. But I mix it in with Florida Georgia Line. And it's just me and the piano with the crowd, and that's kind of how I started playing music out and about. It was just me and a piano, and it kind of took me back to those old days, you know. And they were awesome out there. They were just like any other country crowd I played, and
that's cool.
Man,
so how many people?
Awesome.
I mean,
those clubs were around 2,000 people.
No kidding.
There. Yeah, there were two clubs I played 2 nights in a row. And each venue held 2,000 people, and it was packed to the brim, dude. And I think that venue, they have a big in-house crowd, and also it was cool afterwards because I saw some folks that came and saw me. Like they were from like central part of California, and they came to Southern California to see me, and it's like, man, that's awesome.
That's cool. It's just such a hard bit. You're so good, and it's like I don't want to minimize you when I ask questions, but it's like you should be playing for $30K. But I mean, how do you? Is this the process? You know, I mean, because that's still the dream, obviously, right? I mean,
yeah. I play crowds that I played to 5 people. I love playing all sorts of sizes of crowds personally, because if you're playing for a big crowd, so I'll put it this way, and this is just me in a nutshell. I play for a crowd of 20,000. I can still look at one person right down there and like sing right to them and tell if they're feeling it. You know, I could play to a crowd of 2 people and feel if they're feeling. You know.
Yeah.
And the end result for me is to make them feel something, and I hope that they come up and say hey, and I can throw them a koozie or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
What's the next break you're looking for? Do you need like to open for us big superstars? I mean, or are you past that level?
Dude,
talking to somebody dumb in the music,
dude. Like right now, I mean, I'm definitely aiming for hopefully a record deal.
Okay.
Sooner than later, man. I mean,
then you start bundling up and traveling with people. And
yeah. You know, I've been really keeping my shows to the Midwest and like central part of the states. And then branching out little by little to those clubs like that are on the West Coast, or we might have a brand new venue in Orlando, Florida we might be getting at. So I'm like, well, if I can get a gig there on the East Coast, get gigs on the West Coast, still keep my central venues, and feed kind of like just bring them together. I'm gonna do it that way, and whether it's crowds of 5 or crowds of hopefully 20,000, I don't know. Yeah. But record deal, More new music coming out this year. A lot of it's kind of gotten pushed to 2021,
Sure.
but that's okay, you know. More time to promote Raised.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's awesome. And follow you on we want to promote you right here. So follow you on YouTube.
Yeah, Aric Burgett, youtube.com/Aric Burgett. I'm always posting stuff. We just posted a video from a show here in Nashville. It was actually the show right before the tornado hit that it just kind of spiraled. It was weird.
Yeah.
You know?
It's been weird down there, dude.
Went into quarantine.
Dude,
I swear. And now
did the
I'm
tornado
sorry.
had there been a tornado anywhere near Nashville since you had got there till last year?
Oh man. There was one in Murfreesboro, I think, but
I thought you left him behind, didn't you?
Dude, right? I know. I was seriously, like, my buddies were, and I was just doing an interview earlier, and I was telling them, yeah, my buddies from the Midwest texted me. They're like, "Did your Midwest roots prepare you well?" And I'm like, "Do you mean
did you stand on the porch until the last minute?"
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the video of the guy in the crane on top of the building?
I did see that, dude.
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
He was on the edge of downtown. I was like, I know exactly where that's at. I know where that crane is.
Yeah,
probably. I know.
That's nuts. And then you're without power for a couple days. What was that?
Well, this last week, dude. So there were storms that were. It was crazy, man. We had. Let's see, where was it? I don't know where. I think it was. I can't remember if it was east or west of us. But anyway, it knocked like 40,000 people out of power for like 3 days. And then we were out of power for 2 days. But then our power came back on, and our internet wasn't working for 2 days, and it's been kind of this is the first day that it stayed on for the whole day.
No kidding.
Hopefully, knock on wood. We're only at 7 o'clock, but it's really put a damper on the whole. You know, you got to do live streams, you know, and talk to people. And I'm glad I get to have a full live stream without the internet cutting out. So
you mentioned live streams, like what you know, but you do go on. How do people know when to go follow you to go on live?
I usually share something. Yeah, dude, I've done a couple YouTube lives, and I've been trying to do this thing on Thursdays, a virtual happy hour thing where I just play dive bar tunes because I like to imagine myself playing in a dive bar at 7 o'clock on a Thursday, or you know. But and then Facebook's kind of been where it's at, really.
Okay.
I share that in the morning. Hey, I'm going live tonight or something.
Follow, like, you got an Aric Burgett music page on Facebook. I assume I just have your personal page. I need to go follow
Aric Burgett music, and then aricburgett.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Just joined TikTok.
Yeah, I'm addicted to that too, man. An hour can disappear. There's a lot of talented people.
Dude. I know. I don't know. I don't even know like what's gonna happen when quarantine's over and people. You know.
I think a lot of things will change, but everybody's gonna change. You know, I mean, once we get past the being worried about getting sick phase, the little things that'll change will probably be a lot of good things.
Yeah, in moderation with everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. I think it will. I really do. You know, there's some states opening and stuff, and I hope that things, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, things are happening, but
I really might not see you in Illinois for a while. I mean, just knowing that here it's going to be a lot harder to get a big group of people together. So go follow the gigs where you can gig for a while, and we might not see you here till 21, right?
I know, man. I don't know. I might have to do some like 6 or 10 feet away social distancing concerts or something.
Just outsiders.
Put a fence between us. I don't know.
Do you try to get? I mean, I catch you here. I see you here. Actually, I'm surprised we get you a few times a year. You're so dang busy. Is the goal to? If you got an open Saturday, get back here and do it, or just get booked what you can.
Man, you know, my family's up there, so it's a double whammy for me whenever I can do a gig and catch a gig in Decatur on the way back down from Chicago, or from Indianapolis, come on over and head back down. If I have an open day, I'll make it work, and you know, it generates income, obviously, but more than anything, seeing hometown people, keeping my roots, and seeing my family. So
we were out of town, but you did the Devon, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, dude. That's where I opened for Phil Vassar. Yeah.
I can't remember what that was. I think we were in Milwaukee or something. I was like, I always miss Burgett. Man.
That's how
you'll play Saturday Oakwoods, and I'm doing like Milliken game. So
I know, man. We're in those worlds, dude.
The sports world and the live music world, I guess, clash a little bit. But hey, I get to go one-on-one with you here every now and then, so this is perfect. So, well, I'm gonna turn you. Listen,
I appreciate you having me.
I don't want you to lose your internet. But I think this becomes part of my world. You know, it's one of the good things that changed too. This Zoom world. You know, we'll be able to check in with you a couple times a year. And
Yeah, dude.
especially you got a new song.
Absolutely. Yeah, always. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to this stuff continuing. Honestly.
Yeah.
Being connected with people. So.
Entertaining people, because that's what you love to do. I know you don't get to see it and see the satisfaction immediately, but we're going to post this on Tuesday tomorrow and see it. What you're going to do one more for us, kind of on the way out the door. What are you thinking? I'm just saying, Walking in Memphis is my favorite song you do. I think.
Well, let's do it for you then, dude.
Sure, man. I don't.
From one Eric to another.
All right, one more. Now we will say goodbye here in a second, but I talked Aric Burgett into walking in Memphis.
We're going to do it for Aric Lee, everybody. Hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks for having me, y'all. Put on my blue suede shoes and board you the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. WC hand, won't you look down over me? 'Cause tonight I got a first class ticket and I'm blue as a boy can be. And then I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the bill. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? I saw the ghost of Elvis down on Union Avenue, followed him up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now security, they did not see him, they just hovered around his tomb. There's a pretty little thing waiting on the king down in the jungle room. You see, I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the bill. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? They got a catfish on the table, they got gospel in the air, yeah. And river and green, he'd be glad to see you when you haven't got a prayer. But boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. Now Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood, and they brought me down to see her, and they asked me if I would. So I do a little number, and I sang with all my might. She said, tell me, are you a Christian? And I said, ma'am, I am tonight. Walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off bill. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel?
Anybody else was here at work, I'm the only one here. Everybody would have loved it. Aric Burgett. That's
right on, man.
That's killer, man. That's killer. That's always been in your repertoire. So we appreciate the time, man. I know you're busy. I know you got stuff to do. Even though it seems like we're not that busy, I appreciate the time. Congratulations on getting married, even though it's been a few years now. Congratulations. Thanks, on the tours. You deserve a lot more. You're so much better than the Luke Bryans of the world, man. It's coming, man. You're going to explode.
Man, I appreciate your support, dude. Always have, always will, man. And it was good to get a text from you that one day saying, "Hey, you want to do a Zoom chat?" I'm like, "Heck yeah."
I don't know if you'd be offended if I was like,
Cool.
"Hey, I did this with Jesse Height. Do you want to do it too?"
Jesse's my boy. He's a good dude.
He got the COVID in France. I was like, "Okay, we got to start these with him."
I saw that. I was watching y'all's interview, man, dude. How long has he been there?
He's been there because he's married with a kid. So yeah, I think 3 years, maybe 2-3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
I'll have to say hey to him. Well, Jesse, if you watch this, what's up, dude?
Yeah. We get you guys together, and then
yeah, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then who's the other one man band around here? Doggone it.
Is Ethan Gurrell still playing up there?
Ethan's will bounce around in a few bands. I can't remember who he's playing with now, but
good dude.
There's another guy who does the whole pedal thing that Jesse does and plays the whole.
Cool.
It's too much work, man. Bring in a band.
I know. Well, that might be what a lot of venues are going to resort to after this. I don't know.
Livesey. Matt Livesey's the other guy I'm thinking.
Yeah, Livesey. Matt Livesey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, get all you guys together in one venue sometime. That would blow some minds. How about
That'd
that?
be fun, man.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I keep killing it, man. I appreciate the time. We'll talk again and stay healthy. You got your mask?
Buddy.
What's on your mask? You have a camouflage mask, don't you? Or is it Bush Light?
It's somewhere. I wish I had one of those Bush Light corn koozies, corn masks. I have a koozie that's a corn koozie, but I thought about making one just to be funny,
Shout out Bush Light.
I know, dude. Lattes, let's go. Our dog has a Bush Light bandana. We've been joking with her putting a mask on.
Hey, keep them all safe, right? But, Aric Burgett, great to see you, brother. We'll do this again.
All right, thanks, buddy. See you.
Aric Burgett coming at you from Nashville. We appreciate you watching Aric Lee Show. We try and do a lot of this stuff on the air, but we will be back. We'll get back to normalcy soon, but for now, we continue to entertain you. And we're going to take a little bit of a different turn. Keep an eye out next week. Earl Forsyth was putting on Les Miserables, and since I never got to do it, why not put a few songs on right here on Zoom? So we're going to get we're going to hit that musical world of theater. And keep an eye out for that next week. Aric Lee Show, our third video, though, with Aric Burgett in the books. We appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you again next time. So long.